All right, I'm going to just warn you right out of the blocks. I'm going to warn you, Britt, but I'm going to warn everybody at the same time. I have had a splitting headache all day. It actually started yesterday at some point. I think the weather is changing, and anytime there's really serious fluctuations in the barometric pressure, it feels like my head gets put in a vice, and I'm kind of dealing with that right now. Just so you're aware, if I seem a little bit grumpier than usual, that's why.
Normally, when someone's telling me they have a headache before we even go out to dinner, I realize it's probably not going to be a good date.
Yeah, well, there's always that too. But you weren't going to get that anyway from me, so don't even say.
I also want to say that the effing music when it launched scared the shit out of me. Like I literally jumped in my seat. It was quiet, and then boom.
Yeah, and we've used it over and over, so it's not like it's new. Hey, Denise, welcome to the stream. Good to have you along with us on Facebook as we get ready for this not a particularly in-depth stream tonight. We've got a couple things we want to accomplish. One is we're going to talk again about some of the places we've got scheduled for our live investigations, which are coming up. Then we're going to talk about one or two of the morning questions that we ask on our Facebook page every morning, and some of the interesting responses that people give us when we ask those questions. And then the third thing we're going to do, and the last thing we'll do tonight, is we are going to premiere our new short animated series called The Adventures of JV and Britt, a pair of normal guys, PAIR, pair of normal guys.
Pair of normal guys.
Hey, Barb, welcome to the show from Michigan.
Ain't nothing normal about us,
yeah,
JV.
I know.
Ain't nothing normal.
So since we're on a kind of a complain, or at least I am on a complaining track here, I want to complain about something. I was watching something briefly on one, I don't even know what it was on, one of the apps, one of the social media apps, and I saw a transcription. You know how like Facebook, if you have it set, we'll do a transcription of text below, in the bottom of the video. Well, I was watching something and it had that, and I wasn't paying too much attention to it, but I noticed that the word probably was coming out prolly, PROLLY, which I know a lot of people do in texting, and it drives me crazy. But now are you telling me that the I guess subtitles, captions, whatever you want to call them, are now recognizing the word probably instead of probably?
Isn't that crazy?
It's kind of infuriating to me, actually. I'm kind of mad about it.
Especially for being a grammar stickler.
I am. Anyway, I saw that. That bothered me. And then what else? What bothers you, Britt?
The fact that I don't have piles of gold.
Yeah, well, that's always troublesome.
The fact that I'm not racing my lawnmower right now. The fact that we're not at some dark, creepy place looking for ghosties. The fact that, I live in Southern California where taxes are high, the traffic sucks, and people are rude.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, you got quite the list there, don't you?
Well, you asked.
I know. I didn't really expect that, though. I'm kind of sorry I asked at this point, but I also didn't realize that we were going to be competing with our good friend Mandy from Ghost Sister. She's doing a stream tonight, too, doing tarot card readings. What do you think of tarot? I'm uncertain what I think about tarot.
My Aunt Maureen, Aunt Mo, 6'3", was a high priestess, Wiccan, something.
She was certainly a high priestess if she's 6'3".
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
She did all that stuff, but she read tarot and palms and tea leaves, and she used to read my stuff all the time. It was interesting. I mean, I'm not, I don't, I mean, the cards say what they say, and then, is it kind of power of suggestion for you to go down that road and do whatever's being translated, or I don't know, but I mean, she nailed some stuff that was pretty accurate. That was so.
Okay, well, again, you're more long-winded than I was hoping, but okay.
I mean, I can just shut up if you want. I mean,
I told you about this headache I have. Hey, Dana, welcome to the show. Good to have you along. We're just stalling a little bit here and letting people have enough time to get into the chat rooms and all that. Hey, Heather, good to see you. It's been a while. Nice to see you there.
It's not stalling. It's vamping.
Yes, vamping.
Stalling is very, it sounds negative.
Does it?
It kind of does.
Well, whatever it is, we're doing
I
it.
think so.
We're doing it. Let's see. Hey, Mary Grace. It's syllable laziness. So Rebecca decided to go off and do something different. So that's what's going on with Rebecca. Mary Grace, I am my skull is a barometer apparently, and anytime there's a significant fluctuation in barometric pressure, meaning a big weather change coming, I feel like my head's in a vice, and that's what it feels like right now. But this actually helps. This is kind of helping. This is therapeutic right now. So I'll do the normal thing and remind everybody about subscribing. That helps us do what we do. We're doing a lot of different things at the same time. We're juggling a lot of things. The disappointing news that we have is that the investigations we had scheduled coming up for next weekend actually aren't going to happen, and we're going to do some other things in their place. Maybe not on the weekend, but we'll figure that out. But the next investigations that we have scheduled, we've got 3 in a row scheduled for you. We'll be doing the Bailey-Seton Hospital on Staten Island, half of which is an old psychiatric hospital that has been abandoned for quite some time. It's an amazing place. It's massive. It's huge. We're going to bring in extra teams, extra people. We're going to have a lot of us crawling around that abandoned hospital. That is coming up in August. You're going to say something about that? Looks like you have words to say.
I'm going to lose my shit on Twitch because it won't let me log in. I'm trying to say hi to everybody.
Oh. Okay. Then the other thing we're going to be doing right after that is also on Staten Island is the Kreischer Mansion. And I thought I had a picture to share. I don't. So I won't be able to do that. I was hoping I could show, but it's an old mansion that's got a mob boss history to it. There's been murders, and I think there's rumors of bodies being buried on the grounds, that kind of thing. You know, when the mob's involved, you never know what's going to happen, but we're going to be in there.
That sounds like a job for JV and Britt.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You're going to bring that cadaver dog? Is you going to do that, or are you just going to try to sniff it out yourself?
I'm going to sniff it out myself.
Good. All right. Well, that's going to be.
I have a nose.
You do. You do. That's going to be a great investigation. Hi, Colleen. Hello, Janice. Good to see you guys. Penny. Hi. How are you? Nice to see you guys filing into the chat room. As I said, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the investigations we've got coming up. We're going to talk about 1 or 2 of the morning questions that we've asked because there's some great responses, and we really would like to chat about them. And then we're going to premiere our new animated short series called The Adventures of JV and Britt, a pair of normal guys, we've had a lot of fun writing and producing and putting together, and we're looking forward to a nice evolving story for these characters that we've created, which are kind of parodies of ourselves.
You know, had you told me what has it been 6 months ago when we started this journey that this is where we would end up in Cartoon Land, I would have said you were on crack.
I know,
but yet here we are, and I am having a lot of fun. I have never done voices before in my life. I've never done.
Well, you have trouble doing your own voice. I mean, that's
exactly.
Yeah,
and so now I'm lending that to someone else to let them screw it up, make them look dumb like me. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun.
It is.
Hopefully, you guys get a kick out of it.
It is a lot of fun, and it'll, the stories will develop and the characters will develop. So, and they're short, so they're only a couple minutes long. But what we decided to do, because Britt and I, we've had enough of being serious all our lives. So we want to take the paranormal investigations serious, but in between those things, we want to have some fun. And the animated shorts has been giving us an opportunity to have a little bit of fun, poke a little fun at ourselves, and poke a little fun at the paranormal community, and poke a little fun at some of the things that we do when we're investigating. So it's all meant to be a good-natured humor, and I think it is. I think you'll find it is. Yeah. So
one of this.
Go ahead.
I was just going to do a little teaser of a future script that we're working on, but I won't.
Yeah. So what I said we're doing Bailey-Seton Hospital. I said we're doing the Kreischer Mansion, and then the third one we're doing in August, because we're doing 3 basically back to back, is the Bird Mansion in Allentown, or it's near Allentown, Pennsylvania. It's Birdsboro, Pennsylvania. Actually, the town was actually named after the family that had this mansion, and from what I'm told, it's a fantastically active place. So we're looking forward to that one. All 3 of these investigations are going to be outstanding and exciting, because all 3 of them have a lot of activity. So looking forward to this.
That will be cool and fun. But man, how many days do I have to be? That's a 10-day run, right?
No, it's not. Basically, we start on it. We start on a Friday, and we end on a Sunday a week later. So that's 8 days. That's 8 days.
That's 8 days, and then
you
for
got
me for travel.
So you got at least 9 days.
That's a 10-day run. Wow. I might have to mow some lawns in between just to make some spending cash.
There you go. Mow lawns
or something like that. That will be fun. So let me ask you this: the hospital. So we have Sector Paranormal coming to help.
Sector 12.
Sector 12, Sector Paranormal, Sector 12, Sector somebody. We're not really supposed to know their name. It's because it's Sector secret. And then Fuzz on the Lens is going to be there helping with technical aspects, right?
Yeah, with filming stuff. Yep.
And then we have Mandy from Paranormal Sisters coming.
Ghost Sisters. Yep.
Ghost Sisters. Okay, can we see that I've screwed up all three names?
Everything you said has been. I've had to correct. Yep. Mm-hmm.
so I'm glad things stay normal. Man, that's going to be a big deal. And we're only there 2 nights?
Well, we haven't decided yet. We might be there 3 nights. I've got to talk with the management and talk with Fuzz on the Lens about how much time they can spend with us, and also how much time the other folks that are going to be investigating with us can spend with us, because it's not going to work real well with just you and me. This place is not only massive, but it has security issues that we have to be worried about. We can't be walking around solo in this place, because you never know what or who you're going to run into when you turn a corner, and beyond the paranormal stuff.
Yeah, it could be like living 2-legged or 4-legged creatures.
Exactly.
Or creatures with wings.
Exactly. All of the above. So we've got a lot to worry about there. And we just want to be prepared. We're going to make sure we travel when we're out investigating. The teams are going to be 3 or 4 people, not just 2, and make sure that everybody's well taken care of and have enough people around that we don't have to worry about those things. We should be good. But anyway, they're going to be great investigations. They're going to be fantastic. So we're really, really looking forward to that.
I do have another thing to talk about.
Okay.
Kind of a bone to pick. Okay. Maybe not a bone.
Mm-hmm.
So I was reviewing audio.
Yeah.
From Rhodes Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
This is up on the 2nd floor.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm listening to it. And of course, it's got the hiss. And for those that do this, the ears are bleeding. I'm probably 2.5 hours into 4 hours on this recorder. And I don't know how you did it, but you managed to come up those stairs without me hearing you. And then when you were right next to the room, you let out the loudest effing sneeze. So I'm like listening intently because I kind of hear something, kind of not. Are those footsteps? Am I here? And then you sneeze so loud that I literally jumped so high in the bed, I woke my girlfriend up because it scared I literally made, like, I touched cotton. And I'm not talking about my underwear cotton. I think I touched sheet cotton. It was, I don't know how you did it, but then it was just a loud sneeze, and then you kept on walking.
How do you know it was me? I'm not the only person that sneezes in the world.
Well, you don't go, hey.
No, you're right. I don't do that. No, you're right.
No, you let too.
Okay, fair enough.
And it was so freaking loud.
I don't remember sneezing.
So next time,
I usually remember sneezing.
Next time, please warn a brother.
Yeah, but the problem is with some of those sneezes, I don't get a warning. It just happens.
Yeah.
So there's not much I can do. Not much I can do.
Yeah, Gretchen was like, "What the F was that?" And I was like, "Sorry, babe. Sorry." I think JV just had an out-of-body experience of some sort. Yeah, but sadly, I had so much
Britt,
more hope.
Maybe that was a ghostly sneeze. I think you're jumping to conclusions. If you didn't hear me approaching, you didn't hear me walk away, you didn't hear me say anything, that could have been a ghostly sneeze.
Well, all right. Well, then on the second night, about 2 hours after you and I go in and do the Ring Around the Rosies thing, is about where I'm at on this recorder, because this is the recorder that was in with the dolls.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to check the DVR footage to see if you were up there.
Okay, well, by the way, Rob in our Twitch chat said, I'm a loud sneezer. I might take credit for that one. So you may have blamed the wrong person, okay? Just so you know, you're pointing fingers all over the place. You've got no evidence to support it. You're just assuming. And now we have another investigator, Rob, who says, I think it may have been him. So I think you're going to have to sort this out.
How much did you just pay Rob to run cover for you, Biden?
Hey, listen, I'm just telling you like it is. I'm telling you like it is. I don't remember sneezing at the Rhodes Hotel. I just don't remember it.
All right.
I usually
Well,
keep track.
my eardrums and my asshole remember it. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Gigi,
was
did I
so
say
loud.
hello? The former Independence Gang guys. That's us. Yes.
Former independent. Yeah. Now we're doing ghostly cartoons. It's a real change.
It is a big switch. Let's see. Okay. So when we get to the point in the show, which won't be that much longer, where we debut and premiere our animated short, I want to.
You got a headache.
I do have a headache. I got to remind everybody that this is how we're going to be doing this. We're going to be releasing 1 or 2 a week. I think we've decided on 2 a week at this point because they are short. And we're going to
But they are time consuming for us to make because it's basically everything you're watching tonight. JV and I wrote, voiced, animated. I mean, everything.
Everything.
And let me tell you, we've been doing this for 8 days. So 9 days ago, we had no idea how to do anything in animation.
It's true. It's true.
Oh my God. I have never made voices up before. JV has. He's been in radio, but it's been a fun learning curve. So we hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah. It's been
keep doing it.
It has been a lot of fun. And the way we're going to do this when we start getting on a regular schedule here is generally Friday nights, but it won't always be Friday nights of the week before. We are going to do a subscriber-only stream where we premiere the upcoming week's episode. So subscribers will get an advance preview, an advanced viewing of the animated short, and then on Monday we'll release it. And I think we decide Wednesday we'll release the second one during the week. Is that what we're going to try to do? I think
Wednesday, Thursday, something like that.
Yeah. So we'll do 2 a week, and then we'll get on that regular schedule. But subscribers will get an advanced viewing of these as we move forward. So that's another advantage to subscribing. But let me just say something about subscriptions. Subscriptions, most of the time you think, okay, you're buying a subscription, so you get a magazine, or you get this, or Apple Music. You're paying for some kind of service. For us, obviously, we're going to give our subscribers additional content, additional things. But the really important thing is twofold. One is it helps us get out and do these investigations and provide for the equipment and the travel and the things we need and the fees for the locations so that we can do these live investigations for you, because that's really what the channel is about. That's the primary focus of the channel. The other thing subscribers are going to get an opportunity to do here, and this is something that's all developed in the last week. But as we write these animated shorts and we start to record them, we're going to call on subscribers to voice some of the minor characters that'll be coming in and out of these shows. So if you had any interest in being part of a cartoon, this is your chance. But you got to be a subscriber to do it, because that's a perk we're going to give to subscribers.
And it's just one less voice that JVR or I have to come up with. Because let me tell you, trying to remember the voice, we were cutting one the other last night before, I don't know what it was, but I got to the character that's me, my main character. I'm like, shit, how does that voice go again, JV? And you got to get it's a trip. I mean, it's an art form. The fun thing for me is listening to Britt record his voices, and then all of a sudden, like a Southern accent appears. I'm like, where the hell did that come from? And you're just like, I don't know, it just happened. Okay, well, all right, it just happens. Let's just go with it. So we have a lot of fun. All right, I want to talk about a morning question or two here. One of the things that we asked, and I don't think we talked. Did we do the poll last time we talked about morning questions, where we asked about is it disruptive for paranormal investigators, and should we not do some of the things we do versus doing them? I don't think we had that conversation when we were addressing morning questions last time, did we? Yeah, I don't remember. That was more than yesterday ago. Yeah. So yeah, I know. All right, well, let's do it now then. So we asked the question. It actually was a poll. Some believe our effort to get answers from paranormal investigations is disruptive to the entities. Should we persist with our efforts to contact, communicate, document, even if that would be true, if that's true? And I think this was kind of expected, but the biggest response was, yeah, we should continue to do it, but with as little disruption as possible. Second highest was, yes, the more interaction, the better. So to heck with whether we're disruptive or not, we need answers.
4% said no, we should leave them alone. We had 1% say, I don't know. We had many, many hundreds of people respond to this. So this wasn't like sometimes you'll run a poll and you get 8 responses and, that's your sample. This was many hundreds of responses. And those are how they broke down. Again, 28%, yes, the more interaction, the better. 67% said yes, but as little disruption as possible. And then we had 5% that either said no, leave them alone, or I don't know. So while that fell in kind of where we were, I'm sorry, just reading a chat message that I want to make sure I want to check respond to in a second. But what do you think about that, Britt? I mean, do you think that what we do actually is inconsiderate and disruptive, even if we're not intending to be inconsiderate and disruptive?
I do not. I think if they want to interact, they're going to interact. If they don't, they're not going to. I really think that they can just ignore us, because in reality, if they're in that space that is being lived in by the living, mm-hmm. They can either see us or not, or maybe they can't see us. We're gonna affect their environment regardless. So we can talk to them, and if they want to talk back, they can, or they don't have to. I mean, it's really up to them. And then, did you want to address that, Roxanne?
Yeah. So Roxanne in our Facebook chat said, I unsubscribed to see if my husband could subscribe. And just for anybody who hadn't catch the last couple of streams, we've had this error popping up on Facebook when people try to subscribe. Roxanne says that he can subscribe now, but that's weird because we are both trying to support you separately. I'm curious as to, Roxanne, if they fixed it, because we did reach out to Facebook and talk about this problem, and they were going to look into it and see if they could fix it. So I'm hoping that that's been resolved. And if you both want to subscribe, which, man, we greatly appreciate you doing that and giving us that support. It might work now. Let us know if it does, and let us know how that turns out. I also want to address Heather, who in the YouTube chat says, where can you get one of these T-shirts?
JV's basement.
Yeah. So we have a link. I'm gonna try to put it up here in the stream, but doing that in real time might be a little challenging. But I'm gonna try. It's a Teespring page that we've got, which has this shirt and a couple of other ones. Also, that does, if you get one of those, that does not only advertise the channel for us, but it also helps support us as well. Did I answer everything? We will see, because my subscription ends on the 23rd. I'll let you know. Why is that? Oh, unhide. I'm not sure why that's hidden. Okay. All right. Thanks, Roxanne. I appreciate that. Let us know as soon as you know, because if Facebook has not fixed that, then we need to get back on them so they do fix it. All right. So
that's weird. Might be an IP thing.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. So I want to,
maybe when you're out.
Go ahead. Don't just keep talking. Say what you're going to say.
I was just going to say, Roxanne, maybe when you're out, when you find out if you can't do it while you're at home, when you're at work, do it. So, because you'll be on a different IP. Maybe you can sneak in that way. Okay. So now I don't think it's an IP thing, but maybe that's what it is. Because Facebook said it shouldn't be happening. So right, if it was an IP thing, they would have said, well, if they're on the same IP address, then that's probably, So I don't think that's what it is. Sometimes I don't think they know what the hell's going on.
Well, there's always that, too. That's part of the problem. Okay, so back to this poll that we're talking about here. Some believe our effort to get answers is disruptive. Should we continue to do what we're doing? Some of the answers we got in addition to the poll itself was seeking information. This is from Peter Zengel. Seeking information to help or assist is fine, but provoking, antagonizing, being aggressive just for the sake of getting documentation is absolutely the worst thing to do. That was the part of that comment that I wanted to read. And I agree. And some of these television shows that we've gotten used to watching, where they provoke and they scream and they yell and they try to get a response by being idiots in some cases. I don't find a lot of value in that. And I also it kind of bothers me, because it gives what we do a bad name for other people. I mean, when younger folks who are just getting into this watch that and they think that's the way it's supposed to be done, then you get another group of people going out and being jerks. Not cool.
Not cool at all. Yeah, I'm a big believer in this. This is kind of my theory on the provoking and being really aggressive. or saying nasty things or whatever. I don't want to when it's my time to take my dirt nap, and then all of a sudden I end up in wherever we go, and my grandma's up there looking at me going, "Really? I was trying to talk to you and you said that." We don't know. Yeah. We literally don't know, and it could be your great uncle Fred or your great grandpa or a recently departed brother, sister, whatever parent, and you're like, show yourself, you, and you say some foul stuff, and it's like we don't know. Yeah. Look, it's real simple. We ask polite questions. We ask questions from knowledge of the history of the place, etc. If they want to respond, they respond. If they don't, they don't. It's up to them. Just let it be. But man, some of the stuff I've seen on TV and some of the stuff I've seen at events where people are investigating and the stuff that they said, my grandma, my dad's mom from Oklahoma, will whoop my ass from one side of heaven to the other. And Jesus won't say a word because he won't want to get involved. But she'll whip him too.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, she does not deal with disrespect at all. So be nice.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be nasty. Unless you're trying to impress some girl, and then what's the point of that?
Oh, Heather's over here now. Hey, Heather. Sorry. Yeah.
She jumped in.
Yeah, one of the things that I often get a little nervous about when we're just talking about how spirits will remember some of these things, can see these things. I always get a little bit nervous that in your most private moments, can they still see what you're doing? Can they still hear what you're saying? Are we going to have to walk through the pearly gates, whatever it is, and answer for that to my parents who are both deceased? My grandparents are all. I mean, we're going to have to pay the piper for the things we thought we were doing in our most private moments.
Yeah, my dad going, son, okay, I see the girl, I see the smallest person. But what the hell's up with the alligator?
Yeah.
You need to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I wonder what people think about. Yeah, I wonder what people think about that. All right. So another response we had to the comments of that poll was the biggest thing that drives me nuts is the far and few please and thank yous to the spirits. This is from Becky Miller. So, Becky makes a good point here. If we're to understand that these spirits were once human and still have human sentiments and human feelings, then yeah, we should be polite when we're investigating. I assume that most of the time we are, Britt. I think we do a pretty good job of that. But I don't think that's the first thing in my mind. I often don't think of it that way, but I try to. But sometimes you get it in the heat of the investigation and you're not thinking that way, especially if you get startled or something.
Oh, yeah. Well, then, yeah, that's when all the F-bombs fly. Polite, courteous, just a normal conversation. Say, please and thank you in the beginning. But, when we're having please, JV, or JV, thank you for taking this question. And then I ask you, and then, normal to me. At the very end, thank you for your time. In the beginning, please and understand what we're doing. But in the middle, just a normal conversation.
Yeah.
Normal, polite type conversation, not road rage conversation.
So Pam in our Facebook chat says our video on Facebook is in and out and of sound and also freezing. I don't know if anybody else is having that problem. Please let us know if you are. It looks okay on my end, but who knows? But Pam does have a question.
Fat pipes.
Pardon me?
You have fat pipes.
Well, thank you. Pam asks the question, what has been your most favorite place to investigate so far? Pam, that's always a good question, and we get that question a lot. And I'm going to have to say that I've had a lot of places that are my favorite depending on the day. I never sure how I'm going to answer that question when I'm asked because is it freezing? I don't know. I don't know why. It's got to be a Facebook thing. It looks okay on my end, so I'm not really sure what to say about that. Sorry for the folks that are dealing with some freezing and maybe audio dropouts, but you'll be able to rewatch this later. Anyway, no, I don't know what to do. I can't. It was Scooter says it was. Oh, it's better now. It's been better in the last 5 minutes. Well, hopefully then it's been fixed.
Welcome to the technology that is free.
Yeah, that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I usually,
continue?
So it really depends on the day. One of the places that always comes back to me when I think about past investigations. First of all, Let me just say that the Rhodes Hotel was amazing. And let me just say
Oh my God.
that the New Egypt Museum that we did a few months ago was amazing. And let me also say that the Rock Island YMCA that we did back in February was amazing. Already those rank in some of my top investigations. However, one that does come to mind, and I can't wait to bring Paranormal Reality TV there, and I know you've been there, Britt, is Rolling Hills Asylum in Bethany. Is it Bethany? East Bethany, New York? It's near Buffalo anyway.
Another investigation close to you.
Well, it's a great place. You've been there, haven't you? You've been.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember we watched that shadowy thing crawl up the wall and
That's
across
right.
the ceiling?
That's right. That's right.
Well, there was like 20 of us that watched that happen, and we all saw the same thing.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's what makes it even more crazy. It's like, what the hell was that weird, evil-looking golem thing?
Yep.
That was insane.
Yes, it was. Yeah. But I mean, when you've gone to places like the Stanley Hotel, Mount Washington Hotel, Eastern State Penitentiary, yeah. Oh God, I'm blanking on
the old State House in Connecticut, the City Jail in Tennessee. There's so many. How do you pick one? I mean,
yeah. So
I loved the old the old State House in Connecticut because I stepped across the velvet ropes and I sat in the chair that George Washington sat in.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
At the big table where he negotiated with the French.
That's pretty cool. Well, the other thing is we investigated the Fairchild Mansion in Oneonta, which we didn't get a lot of paranormal stuff happening there when we were there, but it was such a cool place with such a great history. Some really, really cool people not only lived there, but because they were cool people, they had a lot of very important guests. A couple of presidents, and I think I'm trying to remember, wasn't Teddy Roosevelt one of them? They had some really, really cool people in and out of that place, and now it's a Masonic temple. So yeah, it's really always a hard question to answer. Scooter, to answer your question, what did I think of the video sent you? I had forgotten you sent it to me. I meant to go back and look.
Do we even want to know?
It was a local paranormal group's video that he had sent me and wanted me to look at.
I mean, this is from Scooter. This could be something else local.
It's true. No, I trust Scooter, and I meant to go back. So I apologize. I haven't gone back and look, and I will tonight. Thanks for reminding me about that. So another comment as it relates to the paranormal question that we had asked in the poll was basically, but nobody cares if we disturb graves and tombs in Egypt. This is from Heather Sanger. And I think that's a really interesting point. I have to tell you that as much as I love Egyptology and I love the treasures and the knowledge that we've gained by going into those and discovering those tombs or exploring the pyramid or the Sphinx or some of the other monuments and temples that are still remain throughout Egypt from about 4,000 years ago. As much as I love that, I often kind of feel a little awkward about, wow, this is somebody's gravesite and we're taking all their stuff. I mean, they don't do it anymore. And now the government of Egypt keeps it in place generally, and they guard it and protect it. But when we used to, like King Tut's tomb, those archaeologists just took everything, and it travels around the world for people to look at. And I often think this was somebody's gravesite, and we're pilfering it, even though we're doing it so that people can appreciate what it was and I'm still uncomfortable at times about that.
Yeah, well, there's a curse there, so I think so if you want to be the first one in, you might not be coming out, or you're going to shorten your life. So that's the price they pay.
Pam, to answer your question, the videos, not the live stream. All of our videos, for the most part, are on YouTube as well. Yes, so you can see that. And after we premiere the shorts, the animated shorts that we're going to show tonight, we will have those regularly on YouTube as well. So you will be able to see that. And the other question you asked us, have you ever encountered the mafia during any investigation? I have not. And coming from Italian family, maybe I'm protected in some way. I don't know. But the Kreischer Mansion investigation that we're doing in August, toward the end of August, that has a mob history. So we may, for the first time, encounter some mob spirits or something. I don't know. Have you?
Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah. Have you encountered anything like that, Britt, in your investigations?
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, man, we did so many things on Ghost Hunters. I can't even.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, when we did Eastern State Penitentiary, I mean, supposedly Al Capone is there, but
yeah, well, they have Al Capone's cell still kind of set up as a little exhibit there, which is kind
although
of
he did not die there,
right?
But I mean, I've encountered nasty stuff, nasty people. I mean, who knows what their histories were with when it came to crime and, serial killing. And I mean, they just got another serial killer. The Rhode Island? Long Island. They just got a Long Island. And they know they're attributing 11 to him, but they think there's a lot more.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pam, the Kreischer Mansion is in Staten Island, New York. It's one of the boroughs of New York City. It's the most residential of the boroughs. It's kind of its own little thing. It does not think like New York City. It does not act like New York City. It's actually where my daughter is living right now with her fiance, who, by the way, they're getting married in kind of 5 weeks now. Man, this is getting to be something. 6 weeks, whatever it is.
Oh, boy.
Had to remind me of that, didn't you, Britt? Didn't you?
Oh, boy. Hand in your daughter. Pretty soon you're going to be a grandfather.
No. You'll be a grandfather before I am. Promise. I promise.
Okay.
Let's see. So one more comment here I wanted to share as it relates to the poll, and it is from Kenneth Klein. Be respectful, never use negative instigation. Sites of mass tragedy should be left alone. That's a very interesting question. In fact, I think that coming up tomorrow, our morning question relates to that, and I'll give you a preview of the question. It is something to the effect of all the tragic tragedies of historic tragedies that we're aware of. Which one would you like to investigate the most? There are things like the Titanic. There are things like the Hindenburg crash. There's obviously 9/11. There are so many of these tragic events throughout our history that some of them, there's a lot of questions that still remain about them, a lot of curiosity, and I'm sure that people have considered and wanted to investigate them. What do you think of investigating places of tragedy, Britt?
I think as long as it's done respectfully, it can be done. But it's a very, like investigating the Dachau concentration camp.
Dachau, yeah.
Dachau.
Dachau. It's not Dachau.
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 It's a German word, right? Or Polish word.
It's a German city. Dachau.
Dachau. I mean, I would love to investigate something at that level.
You didn't investigate there, right?
No, but I went when I was on Ghosthunters International. We did go there and check it out, and it was. I mean, the emotional hit.
Okay,
was
well, hold on. Let me just clarify something about Dachau, because Dachau was a concentration camp that the Nazis used to detain political prisoners. It was not an extermination camp. It was not one of the places where they had gas chamber. Well, they had crematorium.
They never used them.
But they never used them, right?
But they did kill people there.
Yes.
There are photos of people dead in the ditch, like when they were doing the retreat and all that stuff.
Right.
There was quite a bit. And there was a lot. I mean, and there was just a lot of people that died from the crap that was going on there, not feeding. It was torture.
Right.
But I mean, you walk through that. It was weird. It was a weird thing because when we were out in the parking lot walking up, you kind of hear the birds chirping and life is happening. As soon as you go through that little doorway that you go through,
Arbeit macht frei.
Like silent.
Who? Arbeit macht frei. It's German
for words that are over it?
Yeah, it's German for work will make you free. And it was another part of the ruse as they brought people to these concentration camps, thinking these people thought they were going to labor camps and they would survive just by working.
But when you walk through that and you get the other side, it was like dead silence. It was like still air, no sound. It was weird. It was like, and the emotional, everywhere walking around, just the emotional. Yeah. And then when you go through the museum of all the photos and the stuff that happened and the artifacts, I mean, I was like, as I came out the other side, it was insane.
Yeah, I've been to Dachau. I've been to Dachau a few times. I really and actually I haven't been into Germany since the reunification of East and West Germany, which was in the early 90s. I had gone to Germany like 8 times prior to that and did a lot of touring around West Germany, but I really, really want to go to Auschwitz, which is in Poland. I'd really like to go visit that site.
And there's a movement to tear that down.
Yeah.
It's fallen apart, but they want to tear it down and build condos on it. Which I was like, wow, I wonder how haunted that place would be.
Yeah. Well, I can't imagine ever I'm just trying to think through what you just digest what you just said. They're trying to tear down Auschwitz and build condos. I can't imagine.
That's what they were talking about. Yeah, it was a couple of years ago. I don't know where it's at now, but
well, I do know that Auschwitz. We use the term Auschwitz as though it's one camp. Auschwitz was a series of I don't know how many camps, a dozen camps that were spread out
and outbuildings.
So it was a massive place. It covered a lot of ground. So maybe it was one of the more remote places they were talking about doing that. I don't know. But so your question, go ahead.
If done respectfully, I think it can be. I think mass tragedy sites can be investigated. It just has to be like you have to be on your A game.
Yeah,
and very respectful.
But also one of the things we have to remember is one of the things that happens when we do these paranormal investigations is that often we give these spirits an opportunity to communicate and say things that they're trying to say and do. And while we do absolutely want to be respectful in places where there is tragedy or even simple murder sites, whatever it happens to be, those spirits in themselves may be trying to communicate. It may welcome, that type of interaction. So to deny them that would also be a bit of a tragedy, I would say.
Right. I would. So, because if they don't want to communicate, they won't.
Right.
They'll just stay in the corner, stay, they'll just go to whatever plane they're on and leave us alone.
So Pam in our Facebook chat says, I'd love to encounter the mafia. I think it was Pam that did ask the mafia question. Yes, she did. I'd love to encounter the mafia as my grandfather was a mafia hitman who lived in New York and also went to prison in New York for 23 years. Don't mess with Pam, people. That's what I'm saying right now. Wow.
Yeah. Do I know Pam?
I don't know if you know Pam or not.
I don't know. I just looked. I just want to make sure that I don't have to worry about the 22 in the back of my head.
Jeez, I hope none of us have to worry about that. Wow,
that's crazy.
And
cool at the same time.
Christine had asked a question too. I think that scrolled past her. Maybe Christine just said.
She
hello.
said, "Oh my God, seriously."
Oh, could you feel the sadness? Christine wanted to know. It's a somber place. Both times I went to Dachau, which were two different trips, it was like a dreary, rainy day, and it just happened to be the day I was there both times. And it felt very dreary just because of that, let alone the somber feeling of being within those barbed wire walls.
Yeah, I was there on a sunny day, and sunny, breezy, nice, beautiful weather, actually. And I just noticed it. As soon as I walked through that arch, all the sound of life went away, and it was just like this oppressive, immense sadness. And because you kind of glance, for me, because I walked through and I kind of glance around, and it's like a flashback to, my history books in high school, and like, man, I remember that tower, and that ditch was full of bodies in the photo. And just like it was very, it was oppressive. Yeah. It was oppressive, not impressive, oppressive.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, one of the things, those camps that stand for people to visit stand there as a reminder of how terrible humanity can be at times. And and there's a great deal of people right now that deny that ever happened, and there's a great number of people that are trying to erase that from history, and that's the scariest part. So if nothing else, those things have to stand to remind people what happened and how horrible people can be to other people. Colleen says, I live in Las Vegas, and we have Hitman, its owner's office. I think there might be a word left out of that, or I'm reading it incorrectly. Clarify that, Colleen, because I'm curious as to what you mean. All right, so just a reminder, this is what we were talking about, the poll. Some people believe that our effort to get answers from paranormal investigations is disruptive to the entities themselves. Should we persist with our efforts to contact, communicate, and document, even if we know that to be true? And I think what we've kind of determined here is it's probably not true. There's probably actually a bit of a service that investigators, when they do things respectfully and appropriately, provide for communication from the other side, because those folks are trying to communicate as well. Yeah, absolutely, Denise. That should never be forgotten. You're absolutely right. But we all always have this tendency throughout human history to forget those things, which is why we repeat history.
Yep. Sometimes I wonder if that's done on purpose by people in power who think they're going to be in power forever, and then they end up in the ditch with us, wondering, "Gee, how did that all happen?" Because you're an idiot.
Yeah, Scooter, Britt has his whole studio wrapped in tinfoil because he's afraid of mind control experiments going on in parts of California. So yeah, that's exactly what's going on there.
This is tinfoil bubble wrap in case I bump my head. And yes, I don't want no brain waves coming in here. I don't want the heart attack gun to be pointed at me.
The heart attack gun.
Yeah, that the CIA has.
All right, so let's. If you guys want to talk about anything else, we're perfectly willing to chat about whatever you want to talk about. We've talked a little bit about the investigations coming up. We talked about a morning question. Those morning questions are great. When you see them, share them, answer them, like them. But we get a lot of great feedback from all of you. It helps us understand better what you'd like to see, even though the questions aren't necessarily pointed at, hey, what do you want to see on the investigations? But it gives us a better understanding of how you feel about some of these things. And I know Britt answers them under a fake name because he doesn't want us to know what he really thinks.
True. Because you don't want to know what I think.
Christine, where do you live in a house from 1680? If it's from 1680, either you're in Europe or you are in New England in one of the earliest homes that exists there. Where are you, Christine? I'm very, very curious. Hi, Mandy. How did your readings go? I saw a little bit of them. Mandy from Ghost Sisters just checked into the chat, and we are going to have Mandy with us on a couple of investigations and her team. And they truly are sisters, Britt. I didn't think they would actually be sisters. I thought they were just using that name. Like you and I call ourselves brothers from another mother, but we're not really brothers.
Our dad just gets around.
I don't know where I was going with that. I was going to say we call ourselves the Ghost Brothers, but there's already a group there's obviously a TV show called themselves Ghost Brothers. So we're
Middletown, Delaware.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I didn't realize Delaware was around that long ago. I guess it was.
Well, I mean, the colonies were, sure. It wasn't, it was obviously.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool, Christine. You must have one of the oldest houses in the country from 1680. It's got to be.
How big is it?
It's got to be.
I mean, how big is a house like that? Because was that like a log cabin type thing?
Well, it wouldn't be a log cabin, probably.
I don't know. I mean, I would hope it has plumbing now, right?
Yeah, I hope you've updated it, Christine. I hope it's got modern conveniences. I used to live in a house from 1810, which I thought was pretty old. 23 rooms. Oh, wow. Quite a place.
Jesus, 23 rooms. It's a mansion.
Yeah, it's a big place. Big place.
Wow.
Mandy said
I think we're boring people. What?
No, are we boring people? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying, I think we're boring people because we're kind of rambling, and I think we should I just want to show the cartoon.
I know you're anxious to do that, but I'm interacting with some people here right now. Like Mandy said, her readings went great. She was doing tarot card readings. Mandy, where do you just write it in chat, and I'll say it here. But where do you do your readings? Is it on the Mandy, or is it Ghost Sisters? Which channel do you do that on? Just let me know, so I can promote it for you. Denise says you need one day to come to Huntsville, Alabama. We have a lot of interesting buildings, a lot of interesting things happening here, specifically Civil War and old house. Is it Huntsville, Alabama, that has the rocket factory stuff, or is that a different place in Alabama? Where
you're asking me?
Where what's his name? Von Braun from the Nazi scientist.
I don't even know where Alabama is on the map.
Resided and did his work for the U.S. government.
Is it it's above Louisiana, right?
No, it's if you're looking at a map of the United States and east is to your right, it's to the east of Louisiana. Arkansas,
but it's not up.
Arkansas is above Louisiana.
And Alabama is right to the right of.
Well, it's several states to the right. You've got Alabama and Mississippi before you get to Florida. You got Mississippi and Alabama, I think is the way it goes.
SSI.
Oh my God. We're doing geography lessons and questions now. So Christine says added on in the 17 and 1880. Okay. So the house grew over time. Very cool though, that the core of the house is from 1680, I think was the date you said.
But it had a recent update in 1880.
Yeah, recent update in 1880. They put gaslighting in 1880. Mandy says she does her readings on Intuitive Medium Mandy on Facebook and sometimes on the Ghost Sisters page. So if you're looking for readings, Mandy, how often do you do those? Do you do them frequently or just when you kind of feel like it? Denise, you have this Space and Rocket Center. Is that in Huntsville? Was that Huntsville? Yeah, Denise. I thought you did. I thought that's where that was.
Does Christina want us to come visit, or does she want to make us biscuits?
Come visit with a B. Yeah. Have you had a chance to go to
that might be fun to do, actually.
Roxana, where's the
house that old?
Yeah, it would be. Where's the Indiana Sanatorium? We were just in Indiana. That's where we investigated the Rhodes Hotel in Atlanta, Indiana, which is just north of Indianapolis. Where is the Indiana Sanatorium? And is it active or is it like an abandoned place? Ay, ay, ay.
Well, Christina's inviting us to her house. That would be a cool thing to check out.
An old house like that? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so Mandy says she tries to do readings once a week, always go live on the full moon and new moon. Okay.
And Pam is also saying that the sanitarium is an awesome place, Rockville, Indiana.
Rockville, Indiana. Okay. The REM song "Don't Go Back to Rockville"? You probably don't. It's a song that I used to play in the band, and I one of my more favorite REM tunes. "Don't Go Back to Rockville," and I never knew if they wrote it about Rockville, Maryland, or maybe they wrote it about Rockville, Indiana. Now that I see,
maybe they were in the sanitarium and they're trying to get away.
That could be it too. It's part of the underground. Yeah. That's cool too. Part of the Underground Railroad, Christine. That's awesome. Went there and it's amazing. And it's abandoned. Is it a place that's managed by people, or is it one of those places where you just move a couple boards and sneak in?
Yeah. Do we want to encourage that?
No, we don't. But that's why if it's managed by somebody, we would reach out to them and try to set up something there, because that would be awesome. That would be really, really cool.
All right.
Britt, you are just dying to play this cartoon, aren't you?
Yes.
I know you are. Mickey, is it Mickey or Mikey? But Mickey was out mowing your lawn. What did I miss? Yeah, well, we did some questions. We're about to premiere our cartoon. Britt and I decided along the way that we wanted to have fun with this, as well as taking the stuff that we do with the investigating seriously. We wanted to have some fun as well. So we decided about a week ago that we were going to learn how to become animators, and we were going to learn how to create cartoons. Now we've always done some writing. Anybody who's familiar with the Beyond Reality radio show that I did for years knows that I used to write commercials, spoofs, and they would be Crapco commercials. Plus I wrote a bunch of characters, voices and stuff, and used to do that stuff all the time. Had a lot of fun with it. And we decided that we were going to do some of that and make fun of ourselves as well by writing, producing, animating a new cartoon series. It's called The Adventures of JV and Britt, a pair of normal guys. And really what it's designed to do is kind of poke fun at ourselves, poke fun at some of the situations that paranormal people deal with, and just have fun. And I hope everybody takes it that way. What do you think? Do you think people are going to take it that way?
I think they're either going to love it or they're going to hate it. We're going to know which way to go.
Well, we're going to do it. We're going to do it either way. So hopefully they don't hate it, because we're having fun doing it. I mean, that's the thing. We got to make ourselves happy, Britt, and we're having a blast doing it right now. So we're going to try to do 2 episodes a week. They're short. They're just a couple of minutes long. And we are definitely going to play one. We might even play 2 here. What do you think? You want to do 2 since we're unveiling these for the first time?
I think we play 1 and then we see what they say.
That's a good call. That's a good call, Britt. Before we do it, I just want to see, Scooter says there's some homes locally that were built on a Black Plague cemetery. Did the plague affect the United States or the North America at any point?
I don't think so, yeah. Because wasn't the Black Plague kind of into World War I?
No, Britt.
And the reason that it spread, or was that the Spanish flu?
That was the Spanish flu.
Okay.
And there was a smallpox epidemic when Europeans came to this continent. They brought smallpox with them, and it wiped out a lot of Indian cultures or populations. I didn't know there was ever a plague outbreak, but according to Scooter, Black Plague Cemetery called Union Cemetery in Massillon, Ohio, supposedly removed all the bodies, but folks that live in the homes have experienced it. So they built on top of a former cemetery. They said they moved all the bodies. I saw that movie. It was called Poltergeist, wasn't it?
Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Which apparently was based on a real story.
Wow. Okay. Maybe that was where it was done. Okay, Mickey, it's like Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey, like that one.
Hey, Mickey.
Thank you for doing that, Mandy, sharing this on your Ghost Sisters page. You guys have a great following, and you have a lot of energy, which is why we're really excited to investigate with you guys, and we're going to be coming up. I think Mandy's joining us at the Bailey-Seton Hospital, which is going to be great.
I believe you're right.
And then we're heading to Mandy's neck of the woods.
I'm a little worried about all the numbers to debut this to. Now I'm a little nervous.
Well, everybody's got to take it in good spirit.
We're
no
laughing
pun
our
intended.
asses off.
I know.
They might go, "Oh my God, these are 12-year-olds."
I know these guys.
Years old.
I know that's what's going to happen. Because what the hell are these guys think? They think this is funny. This is stupid. Which is okay. If you think it's stupid, that's fine too. It's absolutely fine. But after the Bailey-Seton Hospital, with Mandy's going to join us for that. We are going to Ohio and investigating with Ghost Sisters, and I think Tennessee as well. I think we're doing two, like really close together in September, and we're going to see a couple of really great places, which I'm really looking forward to as well. So, have I talked enough, Britt? Have I talked enough?
Yes, you have.
You're like,
I thought you had a headache.
I don't anymore because I think talking has let all the pressure out of my head.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Because I didn't call you today at all, so you didn't have no one to vent to.
Yeah, I know.
Did you walk the dog today?
Yeah, I did twice, actually.
All right.
Why would you bring that up now? You wanted to see this cartoon. Now you want to talk about walking the dog.
Because if you said no, that you didn't walk the dog, I would say, well, maybe that's the problem. You didn't get out.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah. I tell you, it's so humid here up in upstate New York. It's been so damn humid for the last couple of weeks. It's kind of like walking, even if it's cooler outside, it's still like walking into a cool sauna. It's just sticky.
Yeah.
All right.
It's yucky.
All right, so without further ado, we are going to premiere episode 1 of The Adventures of JV and Britt, a Paranormal Guys. Are you ready for this, Britt? Are you sure you're ready? Are you sure?
I guess I am.
All right, here we go.
We put enough time into it. We need to do it. JV, you will not believe this. We just got a call about a haunted mansion. Apparently, it's full of restless spirits and spooky apparitions.
Britt, let's not get carried away. We need to approach this investigation rationally. We cannot let our imaginations run wild.
But JV, ghosts are so fascinating. Just think about the great spirit Jazak guiding us. Isn't that thrilling?
Jazak, huh? I'm more interested in gathering concrete evidence and solving mysteries based on facts, not unseen know-it-alls.
Just as they're about to leave, a mysterious package arrives on their doorstep.
What's in it, JV? We never get packages. Could it be the clue to our next case?
They cautiously open the package, revealing an ancient crystal with strange engravings.
Whoa, it's beautiful. Look at all that intricate design.
This seems significant. We should be cautious. It could be cursed or have some kind of paranormal connection.
As they touch the crystal, it glows brightly, releasing a puff of smoke. The smoke forms into the mischievous spirit, Jazak, who appears before them.
Greetings, mortals, and things of that nature. I am Jazak, the great spirit of the paranormal realm. You have awakened me, and now I shall guide you on your supernatural journey.
Jazak, we've heard so much about you. We're honored to have your guidance.
JV, however, remains skeptical of Jazak's presence.
Jazak, if you truly want to help us, you should help us with this case. Tell us about the Haunted Mansion and all of its history.
Ah, the mansion. But first, you must prove yourselves worthy. Solve the mystery of the curse that binds me to this crystal, and I then shall reveal the secrets you seek.
Challenge accepted, Jazak. We won't let you down. JV, we've been at this for hours. I am really starting to lose hope. Maybe we should just give up and move on.
Britt, we can't give up now. We've faced far more challenging cases in the past. We just need to approach this with a clear mind. Let's take a break and gather our thoughts.
You're right, JV. We shouldn't let frustration cloud our judgment. Let's go back in there and crack this curse.
That's the spirit, Britt. That's the spirit. We're a team, and together we can overcome any obstacle. Remember, there's no I in team.
Holy shnikey, JV, I think I found something. According to this ancient text, the curse can only be broken with the rarest of herbs, the ghost root.
Well done, Britt. The ghost root is said to possess powerful purifying properties. If we can find it, we might have a chance at breaking this curse.
Hot damn, finally we're leaving the office. We're off to find the ghost root and finally put an end to this curse.
Leaving so soon, my friends? Remember, your journey has just begun. The path to the ghost root is treacherous, but fear not, for I shall accompany you.
That's wonderful, Jazak. Let's embark on this adventure together.
Okay, so I have one question, Britt. How did I end up a horny Twinkie?
I don't know.
Now,
How did I end up the one that could dance?
You being a cat makes perfect sense because we all know, anybody who's watched any of our investigations understands that genesis. But a Twinkie, a horny Twinkie?
Why is it horny?
Because it's got horns.
Oh, I thought you meant the other kind of horny. I didn't.
Jeez.
Where is this coming from? I mean, I know you're cream-filled and all, but it's a whole other story. God.
No, it's got horns.
My God.
Hold on. I don't want to play it. I just want to show you my character has horns. Look at this. See that guy see him?
Oh, yeah, you do have horns.
See the horns?
All right. I was going to completely, I didn't know where the hell you were going. I just thought that was calyx in your hair.
Well, maybe. No, it's
my
horns.
God.
It's definitely horns. Yeah, that's right, Scooter.
Oh my God.
We need this to have been directed by Ben Dover. Exactly. A potato with a mustache. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, so
maybe it is it looks more like a Twinkie to me, but maybe it is a potato.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
That's
either.
good
I mean,
call.
it definitely has, it's Twinkie color. It's Twinkie
so we'll go
color.
with that.
It's not potato color.
All right, so let us know what you guys think. Do you guys want to see the next one? A Y in chat or an N?
Yeah, we
Y for yes, N for no.
we won't
You want to see the
normally
next one?
we won't normally be showing two at a time, but since we're introducing this for the first time, and that story is we left you on a cliffhanger there. Do you want to see the second one? We're willing to do that this time. We're willing to do that this time. Yeah. Oh, there's one. Heather says yes. Nikki says yes. Ghost Sister says yes. I'm sweating. I don't know if I'm sweating because I'm nervous. Big yes. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Funny. Thanks. My Brett, I see a bunch of Y's there. I see a lot of yeses.
I don't see a single no. Not even Scooter said no.
Yeah, and usually Scooter doesn't like anything we do.
Yeah, and I thought he would just be contrarian, but I guess not.
All right. Well, let's want to play episode number 2 then. All right. Do it.
Let's round out this story.
All right. Here we go. All right. Here we go.
I don't know what we're going to do for Wednesday now, but okay.
Here we go.
I can't believe it, JV. Our first task is to break the curse that binds Jazak. This is going to be so much fun.
Fun, Britt? We need to take this seriously. Breaking a curse requires caution and precision.
Oh, dear mortals, fear not. Your journey to break the curse will be filled with excitement, challenges, and perhaps a few surprises along the way.
Surprises? I love surprises. Let's get started.
We need to understand the curse before we can break it. Let's study the crystal and look for any clues.
Look, JV. These engravings seem to depict a ritual. Maybe if we recreate it, we can break the curse.
Recreating a ritual can be risky, Britt. We need to ensure we understand all of the steps and potential consequences.
Oh, but dear JV, where's the fun in understanding everything? Sometimes you must just take a leap of faith and embrace the unknown.
Jazak is right, JV. Let's embrace the unknown and see where it leads us.
Oh, fine, but we need to proceed with caution, and we need to be prepared for anything that might happen.
JV, are you sure about this? What if something goes wrong?
We've come this far, Britt. We must believe in our abilities, and we must trust that we can overcome any challenges that might arise.
They begin the ritual, following the steps as closely as possible. The room fills with an eerie silence, and a gentle breeze rustles the papers on their desks. Suddenly, a loud crackling sound fills the room. The crystal starts emitting a bright light, enveloping JV and Britt. Jazak hovers nearby, watching the spectacle with delight.
Ah, the moment of truth. Brace yourselves, my friends. Congratulations, dear mortals. You have broken the curse and freed me from the crystal. From now on, I shall be your guide, not as a trapped spirit, but as a willing companion.
We did it, JV. We did it. Jazak is free.
Indeed, Britt, we've achieved our first victory. Now we must focus on the Haunted Mansion and solve its mysteries. So we wrapped that one up in a nice bow, didn't we, Britt? We got Jazak out of the binding to the crystal, and we're ready to go investigate the Haunted Mansion for our next adventure.
What's
that? What are you doing?
I was laughing at the sound effect you put for that chicken. You finally did it. Oh my God. So do people like it? It looks like people like it. And yes, Doug, I do think of Felix the cat when I'm doing that character. Felix the cat.
Yeah.
The wonderful, wonderful cat.
Thank you, Denise.
Into his bed.
Thank you. Let me just say this. So those first two, obviously the first two we wrote, the first two we did, we are getting better at it, and the stories are getting more complex. When we actually head out to the Haunted Mansion, which is the episode we'll release next Monday, subscribers will be able to see it when we do a stream ahead of time. But when we do that, we're actually going on a paranormal investigation in the next one. So there's a lot of fun ahead for these two characters, and we're glad you like it because we're having fun doing it.
Yeah. We got no one saying we're stupid. So
we got probably a lot of people thinking it, but nobody's saying it. That's fine.
That's kind of them.
And it's okay to be a little stupid when we're doing stuff like this. One of the things we realize is that by doing this through animation, we could do anything we want. It really opens up the possibilities like crazy.
And look, Roxanne caught the part that you threw in there when I got excited.
Well, that's going to be part of Britt's characters. Anytime he gets excited or scared, emotional in any way, he has a little bit of an issue there. That'll be you did hear, you did hear it.
Yes.
You did hear it. You did hear that.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So anyway, well, thanks for all the great compliments and patience actually as well. Nice job. The next Hanna-Barbera. Yeah, we are. We are.
Oh my God. That would be amazing.
Wouldn't that be something?
But so, any of you that are subscribers, we will be asking for help with some of the lines for
character voices.
Random character voices, random characters float in and out.
Yeah. So subscribers will.
And all you have to do is as long as you have a smartphone, a more modern smartphone, it should be good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, just record
that and send it over to us.
Email to us. So we will actually, I'm not sure when we're going to be doing the next preview for subscribers, what night it'll be, but when we do that, we will actually have our first character that we're going to need a voice for, and we'll be asking for submissions on that. So for subscribers. So yeah, great, cool. Anything else? Are we done?
No, I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we are too. Both of these episodes are going to be put on our YouTube page outside of this stream, so they'll just be there by themselves. And I think we'll probably post them on Facebook as well, and Twitter and other places, wherever we can put them
everywhere.
Yeah, so that they can be accessed and you can watch them again in case you missed any of it or want to hear it again for whatever reason.
Or in the future you miss and then you want to subscribe or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
You can catch them.
Exactly.
Because we're going to try and do 2 a week. It's a bit audacious of us, but we're going to try.
It's aggressive for a two-person staff. It's pretty aggressive to write, record, produce, all that stuff. But we're going to try because we're having fun right now. So anyway, that's it for tonight.
All right, sold.
All right, thanks everybody for being here. We'll see you next time.
Take some Advil.
I need something.